435. Is it AI or us that's the problem?
The AI6 Podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
This week I put a blunt question to my LinkedIn community. Is AI making us stupid? Of the first 69 people who voted, 49% said yes. Hello and you're very welcome back to AI6. I'm Joanne Sweeney and my mission is to upskill 500,000 people in AI 6 minutes at a time. It's a question that lands in the headlines almost every week. Researchers ask whether we are outsourcing our thinking. Teachers worry that students hand their learning to a chatbot. And employers wonder whether staff are losing the ability to solve problems on their own. So I put it to my community. 69 votes, 49% said yes, AI is making us stupid. 23% said no, it is making us smarter. And 17% wanted to see the research first. 10%, meanwhile, chose other and went straight for the comments to give me their views. But when I read those comments, almost nobody was arguing about intelligence. They were arguing about human habits. But let's go back to the research and to the 17% of people on my poll who asked for it, because there is some, and it's worth knowing. The most talked about study came from the MIT Media Lab in June 2025, titled Your Brain on ChatGPT. Researchers put 54 people into 3 groups to write essays. One group used ChatGPT, another used a search engine, and the last used their own brain, while EEG headsets tracked their brain activity. The ChatGPT group showed the weakest brain connectivity of the 3, reported the least ownership of their writing, and could not quote a single line of what they had just written. The researchers called this cognitive debt. Now, a caveat. This is a preprint, not peer-reviewed, and it was a small group writing essays in a lab. The authors themselves pushed back on the headlines, screaming that AI rots your brain. The problem showed up when people handed the whole task over and switched off. The second study is stronger, and it speaks straight to my audience. Microsoft Research and Carnegie Mellon University surveyed 319 knowledge workers and analysed 936 real examples of people using AI at work, published at a major academic conference in 2025. The finding every professional should take note of is this. The more you trust the AI, the less you tend to think critically about what it hands to you. The more you trust your own judgment, the more you interrogate it. And AI does not delete critical thinking from your job. Your effort simply shifts from gathering information to verifying it and from doing the work to supervising it. So again, back to the title of this podcast. Is it AI or is it us that is the problem? So what did my community say in the comments on that poll? Christopher said, "Stay curious, keep reading, learn to give AI the right input and it rewards you. The trouble starts when you lean on it to cover for skills you never built." Then we had a solicitor. Doreen came in and she took the governance view. AI should support your decisions rather than make them for you, and watch your own biases when you're prompting. Then came the analogies. Dee said, "We should treat AI like a bicycle rather than a car. A bicycle still needs your legs. It takes you further and faster, but you do the work." Brian made a similar point and pointing to Google Maps. Follow the directions blindly every day and you will be lost the moment your phone dies. Watch the route, learn the landmarks, and technology becomes your teacher. Michelle then raised something we rarely admit. AI lets her do a week's work in a day, and then she owned up to the catch. It's addictive. Once you know what it can do, you expect that output every day. And she also says that she can feel the burnout coming. Andy pushed back on the whole premise, calling it lazy to say AI diminishes thinking. He said, "A human still decides the idea and judges whether the output is good, bad, or plain wrong." And then Anya jumped in. She names something that we maybe don't discuss enough. And she says, "For many people with autism, ADHD, or dyslexia, AI removes the barriers to thinking, helping them process and communicate in a way that finally works." The shortest comment came from Jack. He wrote, "The social value of actually thinking is now greatly diminished." And that, my friends, is worth sitting with. So where do I stand? Well, I don't believe AI is making us stupid. I do believe it can make us lazy and generate poor habits, but we must always bring our critical thinking, our own human judgment, and question everything that artificial intelligence presents. Yes, we can train it with our own corpus of knowledge. We can improve it with fine-tuning and red teaming. But ultimately, if you want to stay ahead of the game, lean into the technology, but make sure that you're the author and the editor at the end of the day. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organization. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.